Hi, I'm Angelina Macedo. This is vlog number 2. Today I will be reviewing the essays Violent Media is Good for Kids, Secret Skin, an essay on unitary theory, and Escape from the Matrix. Overall, these were 3 very well written essays. 2 were more written from the perspective of somebody trying to get the persona of being on the reader's level, while the last one, Escape from the Matrix, was written in a more professor sense. So overall, the rhetoric of these were good, except for Secret Skin, which has some issues I will discuss later. But for now, I'll start off with my favorite, which was Violent Media is Good for Kids. For a trend you may sense from my vlogs later, I really enjoy essays that are relatable to me, and as somebody who grew up wanting to play Call of Duty and GTA 5, well, my mother, who teaches 2nd grade, was getting all the Facebooks and the messages from her own classrooms about banning these violent video games was a constant. I wasn't allowed to play them. Um, I felt very validated by this essay. I mentioned last week that I feel like it is human nature that we crave violence. Looking back at gladiator times, looking back at medieval sparring matches, we as like humans just crave that. And there was one sentence in here that said, on a fundamental level, we crave creative violence. So that was really cool because I do believe that as a human species, we are always looking for entertainment, and oftentimes it is more in the violent sense. And the escapism of having comics and video games helps us release those urges. However, in a much more uh, unimpactful way of actual society, and however you just have that to yourself and you're able to explore those feelings and understand them. I think that's really, really cool. And I also liked how this writer mentioned that he does not argue against the idea that violent entertainment can be harmless. As we know, with uh, mentally, there are people out there who can take stuff completely the wrong way and commit a heinous action. So I do like that he mentions that, but overall argues that having these areas where we can explore these ideals or ideas, and get out these feelings was really cool. I think the last sentence of the essay summed it up. We try to protect our children from their own feelings and fantasies. We are not sheltering them against violence. However, we're sheltering them against power and selfhood. This was something also talked about in Secret Skin. Um, However, in a little bit of a different way, well, Violent Media talked about violent media. This one talked more about superheroes and the idea of that, and how fantasies are the problem in comic books. And this one was very interesting to me. I thought it was a great idea for an essay. I'd never heard of the religious aspect of seeing fantasy novels and fantasy ideas as seen as a problem because they lie to you and can make you think you can do anything. And of course, that can have extreme consequences, like mentioned in the essay. However, I do think this one got lost in its allegory when trying to create this story to the viewer. The allegory was how the costume is not what gives a superhero its power, and that's not what gives you the empowerment from these superheroes. However, it just started talking about costumes and the layers of it, and I kind of got lost as a reader. Um, However, it kind of got brought back in the last paragraph. But overall, the idea that it is like fantasy is not an escape from reality. However, it is a transformation to gaining a confidence and a selfhood, otherwise harder to receive when you're a child. I liked, just like in Violent Media for Kids, he talked a lot about that. The last one, Escape from the Matrix, kind of bummed me out. So overall, it was about the fear of missing out. I have personally dealt with this. I'm sure everyone else has, as it mentions in the essay. 56% of people say they have suffered from this feeling, FOMO shortened. However, while reading it, um, I did like how the view of seeing that um, we can recognize that we are bound to miss out in life with social media and seeing all that stuff. Um, it was just kind of weird that he chose to point out that psychotherapy or vowing to disconnect will not work out. As somebody who had an extreme issue with feeling left out because of social media, went to therapy, talked about it, was told these exact same thing. I'm bound to miss out, but I am bound to also experience new things no matter what. That's just life. Learning that from a therapist is very nice. So I understand what the writer was saying. However, this bit I kind of got a little bit of a miscommunication. However, overall, well written essay. That argument there was just a little funky for me. Um, it is now 6 minutes. I'm getting ahead of myself. So these were the three essays. Thank you for watching the vlog, and I will see you next time.